What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and as we get into this video, this should be the last time you see me in glasses. Stop what you're doing, drop some positive vibes. I'm getting LASIK today. Even though I'm recording this video today, afterward, I'm running to get LASIK. It's been something that's been on my mind a long time, and I've always been terrified with anyone touching my eyes, potentially having eye problems. So any positive vibes, prayers, however you get down with the get down, I appreciate it. We're getting back into breakdowns, and we're gonna be looking at some different passing examples that personally I just like. And I wanna walk you through my mindset, what I'm thinking about. So many different people ask me,
well, why did you choose this pass? Why did you go with a standard pass versus a through ball? What did you see that you were looking for a 1-2? Did you think that was going to open up space?
So I have quite a few different examples that I believe are going to be helpful. They're going to be quality breakdowns. And if you have any suggestions for this type of series, where we're doing a lot more with the breakdown content, put that in the comments as well. Drop a thumbs up, share it around the community, show your friends. So many of you asked me about passing, but without further ado,
let's talk about it.
I do want to get started by letting you know that I'm in the 4-4-2, so you're going to have a lot of striker to striker passing, and it's important to realize what's happening, when it's happening, and how can this be an advantage for you on the offensive end. And I do appreciate this pink hat. Street Soccer USA, what's up? Brooklyn in the house. So we've got Aguero, and I actually have Mbappe on stay forward, getting behind. He's going to make a lot of these natural runs. Whenever I see manual defending, something manual, I like to attack it. Usually that's a general rule of thumb, whether you're looking at skill moves, quick passes, over the top through balls, you name it, manual is good. Please excuse the cops in New York City. They are outside my apartment. If you've watched me live stream, this happens a couple times every single hour. It's like clockwork. You get it with Mbappe, and the job is not done. So now it's a matter of how are you going to open up this space? What's your best option? You do have a decent amount of space to work with, so you can force this defender to commit. And that's why I love utilizing the ball roll for two reasons. One, I can see how the defender commits, whether he goes aggressive or he goes more passive. In this case, my opposition defensively, he's going to become more passive. And number two, it turns Mbappe. So now I have a new angle where I'm able to attack that space. I can go with a 1-2. I can go into other skill moves. You name it. I have the options. I dictate the pace. Where it happens, when it happens, I call the shots. Mbappe goes to Aguero. And in these situations, when you're looking at 1-2s, do not go with a through ball. If you go with a through ball, there's just not enough space to work with. And you're going to have an error in that pass. The defender is going to be able to cut out a lane. It might get to the goalkeeper. It's going to be overshot or undershot. Go with your standard pass. But we've had these multiple 1-2s. Now, I do another ball roll, and this is where you're going to see this defender commit, which tells me that I've got to go at it alone. I'm going to count on Mbappe to score in this situation. We've got a new angle, and I'm just seeing who's going to get the switch. Once my opponent switches to Varane, it's attack time. And unfortunately, I kind of cut myself out of having any additional options. We did progress the play, so that was a positive. Both players went forward. We didn't lose possession. That's worth mentioning. But option one, offsides. Option two, really out of the play. Option three, maybe is a recycle, which means I'm going to have to bring the ball back. That's all fine and dandy, but it's not going to score a goal anytime soon. Mbappe, beautiful turn, gets the finish. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. Clip 2, coming up. Numero dos. We're gonna use a low-driven pass here. Dele Alli hits Aguero's feet. Once again, I'm reiterating, manual defender. That means I get to see if he's gonna be aggressive, he's gonna be passive. I already know I'm gonna hit this pass and move. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna deliver the ball back to Aguero yet. I gotta see what happens, how the play kind of develops. A lot of people make the mistake of having predetermined passing. You have to react. You have to have instincts. We hit Mbappe. Oh, he is out of position. Look at all that space. That is a through ball ready to happen. You ask what the difference is sometimes between regular passes and through balls. It typically deals with how much space do you have to work with. That's a general rule of thumb. I hope that doesn't come off corny. Thumb. Yeah, that's not going to be good. Mbappe feeds Aguero, but the play's not done. And this is where a lot of people make mistakes. You've got Varane chasing back. And many folks are going to think, okay, Aguero needs to make a pass into space up here. and Mbappe's going to run into that space. That's what a lot of people are saying to themselves. That's the right play. That is not. Varane is going to cut that out. He's recovering right now. If you go for this pass, whether it's a through ball, whether it's a standard X pass, maybe you get away with a chip through ball. Maybe. But Varane's cutting that out. You can trust. So what you're looking to do is resurface. You want to get a pass in this lane. So I like to use a ball roll quite often. Any player on the pitch can do it. Very reactive. Even with delay, you're typically able to execute a ball roll pretty quickly. So we turn inside. You see the ball roll right there. I've got him. Varane's overran the play on the defensive end. We are good to go. And Mbappe's got his hand out saying, please serve me. Serve me. You're going to see this open up like a front door with fresh cooking. There it is. And Mbappe is always going to tuck that away. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Freeze frame number 3. Numeral trace. This is a little bit less about the passing and more so about understanding the circumstance. But I think it's relevant to this video. Aguero feeding Mbappe. That is a theme of this video. 4-4-2. Striker to striker passing. Striker to striker through balls. It's going to be a major key to success if you're going to be good at this formation. What I want you to notice is the center back, my opposition, is controlling. He's kind of in no man's zone. He's got to make a decision here. It's difficult to be passive when you're that deep in the box. That means that he's going to most likely be aggressive here. He's going to step forward. He's going to try to cut an angle with Mbappe. It's time for a skill move. There's really nothing else that's on. And potentially, you could actually have a drop off here. I don't see this pass in real time. But that looks onside to me, actually. They look about even. Not going to complete a pass here. A 1-2 back to Aguero. I just don't think that's the play. You've already got yourself front-facing and a pretty clear one-on-one. And Mbappe versus almost anybody in a one-on-one is a good look. But I like to keep it simple. And I can't stress that enough. Simplicity is the key to FIFA. There's more intricate details and things that you can recognize quickly that give you a competitive advantage. But it's still about making sure that your intangibles are on point. We're going to go with the ball roll because it can open up an angle. It can draw a foul. And if need be, we could go into another skill. We're just trying to close that gap. One ball roll out of the picture. Mbappe, back of the net. 3-0. GG. Clip 4, and I'm going to call this playing the percentages. And you really want to get the ball forward as quick as possible if it's open. Now, I'm not saying to force anything, but this is what percentage play is all about. We get the ball. Dele Alli. This is good. We have some spacing to work with. And when you have options, you can go for it. We're going to hit Aguero. Aguero would be your most dangerous target in this position. Who else is open? We could hit Neymar. We could hit KDB. We might even be able to swing this back around, go side to side. Almost everyone's an option. But because you have those options, you can go with the best option. And that's kind of what I'm stressing. The quicker you get the ball into the box, good things are going to happen. We hit Aguero. And as we're in this position, semicircle, what's our opponent giving us? What's open? Not this run. I mean, I could go back, but I prefer not to. But you can see Neymar starting to sneak in. You would also struggle to hit KDB because you'd already have to turn, and then to go that far wide kind of seems like a throwaway. You lose all of your momentum. Aguero turns, drops it off. Neymar steps through, puts his foot through it. 1-0, 14th minute, and you're going to be efficient. You're putting your players into positions to succeed. If you were a manager at work, put your employees into positions to succeed. 45th minute. Big moment here. All of this space. Put a space graphic on screen right now. That is space. So you're going to lay that off. Let Dele Alli run into that space. Starts with your pass. You give it to him. And then you're going to attack that space. I need a commitment from somebody on the pitch. We get the Virgil van Dijk switch. You can see that on the screen. Right when I see that, I know what to do. I want to avoid Virgil van Dijk anyways. So we're going to get off the ball now to one of our attackers. We lay it off. Beautiful. And you see that runner. Anytime a hand is out, that means he wants the chance. He wants the opportunity. He feels like he's open. So fine. We'll try to play you. The delivery from Mbappe's premium quality, you see the little side touch, and you feed the bear. I think that's a Jimmy Conrad saying. Feed the bear, feed the beast, feed the monster, feed your mama. Give it to Mbappe. Ball roll. Walks around the goalkeeper. I'll do an entire tutorial really detailing everything with finishing that you need to know. I'm actually going to put that in a rewind. I want you to see it in full speed. It happens quickly. Dele Alli into space. Virgil van Dijk switch. We don't want that. Mbappe layoff. Aguero. No, sir. Back to Mbappe. Tucks it home. Count it. This breakdown will be similar to the last. I just want to put a little more emphasis, a little more focus on how regular this goal happens. Fabinho, Dele Alli, into space, and play the way you're facing. Play the way you're facing. That's what they teach you in real football. The same goes for the virtual pitch. We're going to use a first-time fake shot to try to create some space versus Virgil van Dijk. I respect the man, and we get that finish. We convert. Quick breakdown. Last breakdown, and we're in the finals of a draft, and we got off to a very poor start. Still trying to make somebody commit. It's always the key to any build-up, to any attack, is to force commitment and then to punish your opponent. I've taken notice my opposition's controlling the fullback. I'm going to trigger a run for Neymar and see if we can utilize some of that space. In fact, we do. The ball roll, which has been a safe haven. It's been a regularity in today's video. Now we've got a 1v1. So I am playing the 50-50 game. And this is also important with your skill moves, with your build-up. There's always going to be some level of risk to reward. Nothing is guaranteed in FIFA. You don't get 100% opportunities. It just doesn't exist. So I think that my opponent believes that I'm going to be recycling the ball, that I'm going to pull it back with Neymar in order to try to create some sort of angle here. Remember how I told you guys, even though this may look open between the goalkeeper and also a defensive player chasing back, it's not going through. It's going to be intercepted. It's going to get cut out. You got to do something extra in order to really create more of a square pass as opposed to a forward angling through ball inside the box. So what I'm going to do is go with a scoop turn, and I'm challenging Virgil van Dijk for this little pocket of space. And I'm hoping when I get that pocket, then I have the opportunity to lay off to Mbappe, to lay off to Aguero, one of the two options. And that's where the 50-50 game is, because I think my opponent believes with these two players that I'm going to be pulling the ball back. It's actually a higher percentage for me to attack forward because I can either draw a foul, I can draw a corner kick, or I can create space. So there's three positives. However, if I go for the recycle, yes, somebody can be open and we can score that goal. But if I lose possession, it starts an attack for my opposition. Scoop turn, Neymar walks, lays it off. Aguero, about as sure thing as you're going to get. Taps it home. That kind of wraps up the clips for today. Let me know what you think. Do you have any questions about those breakdowns? Is there anything I didn't address? Do you enjoy the freeze frames in this format? And wish me luck again, please. LASIK, I need you to work out. I don't want the glasses. Even more so, I don't want the contacts. But I have a lot more content coming for you ASAP. ASAP.